UFC Vegas 67, Sean Strickland versus Nassourdine Imavov.
What a card. UFC really trying to start the year off with a banger of a card, right?
It's like a cleansing thing, like, hey, let's give you a couple weeks off. We'll start ramping up again. We'll give you
Yeah.
Strickland versus Imavov to start off. And the rest
Before
of
we
the
get
card
into
will be
some,
a cleanser as well.
yeah, you got
You
to dip
know,
your toe in the water first.
dude, I've been high on Imavov for a
Yeah, me
while.
too. Yeah,
He's
me
a
too.
killer, man, and he's been running through people. He came into this 12-3, seemed like
Mhm.
somebody that was just a rising star within that weight division.
Still is, I think. It's tough. You never know how some people are going to react to last minute opponent changes, right? And like some people may thrive in that. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And I thought he fought a decent fight. Um, but Sean Strickland, I think for me the story's more there because he's been getting a lot of hate lately about how he talks about I want to go out there, I want to be the first guy to murder somebody in there, all this stuff, and then he goes out and he's just like peppering the jab the whole time. He was going for it in this fight. I give him
Let's
credit.
go for
And
it.
and I'll be honest, people say like, oh, they're boring fights, boring. He has boring fights. Oh, another main event, Strickland main event to put us to bed, all this stuff. I enjoy the fights. He poses an interesting puzzle that some people like Beheada can crack and some people can't. And it's always I like that. It will I ever rewatch his fights? Probably not. Am I going to go down the Sean Strickland rabbit hole and watch all his fights like you do with like someone like Aldo or one of those guys? Definitely not.
Are you ready
But
ready to throw him in the Hall of Fame?
yeah, no. But watching him live, I am interested the whole time. The Cannonier fight, in my opinion, was compelling all the way until the end. Uh, I give him credit. I think it's the gap between his talk versus his fights. That's what really like highlights it, Because like when Connor was going up and rising up, he's like, "I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," and then he's just knocking people out in the first round, and everyone's like, "Dang!" But if Connor was going out there and just jabbing
Mystic
people for five
Mac, dude.
rounds, yeah. Imagine if he was talking like that though, and he's just like for like the whole fight, winning on decision every fight. People would be like, "All right, dude, you got to back up the talk." And Strickland doesn't quite do that, but I will enjoy his fights every time live. Maybe not on
Live,
rewatch.
that is live. Man,
Yeah.
okay, so going into this, Imavov looked so confident. He probably
I
went through and
know,
watched film.
dude.
And was Pajeda dropped him with that left hook? He's like, dude, I have a left hook. No
Yeah, I can
problem.
throw that.
So he's like, he walks in, dude, he looks so relaxed. He picks his nose, looks at it, wipes it on his
Shredded.
shorts. Shredded, man. Absolutely
Yeah.
shredded. And I was like, this guy looks a little too relaxed right now, And
Yeah.
then
Strickland
he's
comes
just
in kind
walking
of
into the living
soft.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And man, little did he know he was in for a war. He catches Strickland as he's like
Mhm.
backing up with that left hook,
Yeah.
and he looks at him. He's like, "Oh, he didn't go down."
He's like,
And
oh, I
I
might
got to
not
fight some
have
more.
the power that Pajeda has.
Yeah. But man, props to Strickland. Goes
Yeah.
up in weight class. I think they said it was
Yeah.
what, 2 weeks notice?
I
Oh
think
no,
it
no,
was like,
he had 2 weeks off. That's what it
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
To completely 2 weeks off from training. No
Mhm.
training, no cardio, no nothing. Then goes back for a week and takes this call. And he was like, well, I might not have been working out, but I spar a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be able to do it. 5 rounds. Why not?
And he could.
But man, it's just that style.
Yeah.
Like you said, he presents a really unique puzzle and he just
Mhm.
flat footed. He's not
Yeah.
fast. He's not light on his toes. He's
Feet
not bouncing
feet
in and
close
out.
together.
Feet close together. He's just sliding towards you, and he tries to shoulder roll. He tries to roll with some of the
Frames
punches
a
and he tries to
lot.
move back. He does.
He has
And
multiple layers of defense that you have to get through. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's hard to find the perfect like Pajeda found that perfect shot. Everyone kind of saw that coming, but not everybody can land that
not
perfect shot.
Strickland.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You didn't see it coming. But yeah. Hey, also shout out to whoever designed the 30-year anniversary gloves. Awful job. Terrible job. Like, come on, man. We
Oh
could have done
man.
it looks so bad.
Somewhere designers listening to this right now just put his head down. He's like, damn,
Dude.
I
No, he's
tuned
already
in just to
fired. He
hear
knows.
them mentioned. No, but so he reminds me so much. I think I've said this before of Nate Diaz or just the
Mhm.
Diaz brothers in general, where it's just,
Pitter-patter.
yeah, pitter patter, not a lot of heavy shots, but then you just start seeing Imavov wearing it. Like the third round's coming around, his face is a little more swollen, he's all red, and by this time you could tell he's in a freaking dogfight, man.
Yeah.
And at that point, Strickland's just built for this. Like this is how every fight
Yeah.
is for him. He's gonna eat
Exactly.
some shots, but he's gonna go ahead and come back and continue with the forward pressure, keep on peppering you, just pop, 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 and I love how he was ducking down so low and just coming in heavy with that overhand right. Rich put the picture up right now.
Yeah,
And then
so funny.
it was finally like in the fifth round, I think, where Imavov was like, "Oh, I could throw a knee right now." And so like he threw a knee and caught Strickland with a knee, but it was like 2 minutes left in the fifth, and I was like, "Well,
late.
Yeah, but dude, it was a good performance by Strickland, all things considered."
Yeah, I agree. The power shots that he was throwing, pretty sloppy, but I appreciate him for finally throwing power shots. I thought his takedowns, the way he makes his takedowns in, was really, really good. That's something that he hasn't really shown in his game for a while. He's like a grinding type of grappler guy too. He just doesn't really use it. He just wants to jab people's faces off. But I thought his timing on the takedowns were fantastic. He looked great.
And I think
he's got a very good style to take short notice fights. Really good style.
He does. And he, quite honestly, even when he drops in weight and then comes in, he looks the same.
He looked a little softer this fight.
I don't know, man. He kind of looked the same to me.
He posted a picture like 2 days before the fight on the scale at home. It was like 217. It's like, oh, that's why they did catch weight. There's no way this dude was making 185. Shout out to ESPN also saying that this was the first time someone has headlined back-to-back cards. Great job. It's weird. They keep on not mentioning Tito in records. They're like, this is the first time ever. This guy's now the record holder. And Tito's just somewhere at home and is like, I have a record higher than that. Like, I did that twice. Tito did that maybe 3 times, at least 2 times for sure.
Really?
Yeah, back in like UFC 37, maybe.
Maybe they're talking Endeavor days.
Yeah, but that's why they say that's why you got to say like Zuffa era or like first ever in this era. But they specifically don't mention Tito ever. I don't know if it's like a rule. Like they don't really mention Tito. They don't mention Randy because both of them had really bad falling outs.
Yeah,
really bad falling outs. It wasn't UFC 37. I don't remember what it was.
Well, hey, shout out to Tito Ortiz, huh?
Yeah, was it 33? It might have been 33. Hold on.
Oh, okay. You're finding it?
It wasn't 33.
All right. Well, either way, shout out Tito Ortiz. He's out there doing his damn thing somewhere.
32 and 33.
For some type of office. Okay.
Yeah.
32
and 33.
You want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Lots to talk about on this card.
Lots to talk about. Yeah. We had Dan Ige versus Damon Jackson. Damon Jackson fighting out of Dallas. And I was like, yeah, let's go Dallas. And then Dan 50K Ige.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Delivered on his nickname. Dude, I was excited for this. When we talked about this, we talked about, okay, what are we going to cover? There's a lot of fights this weekend, not just UFC. What are we going to cover? And we're going through, the card hadn't started yet, or I think it was like the prelims just ended maybe. And you were listing the names of the fights, and you were like, Dan Ige versus Damon Jackson. And I was like, ooh, because I really like Damon Jackson. He's not a guy who's just going to fight like defensively. He's going to push the action, which for better or for worse, for him, it makes a good fight. And Dan Ige, man, if you look at his record coming into this fight, it's like people are like begging for the UFC to give Dan Ige like a little bit of a step down.
Damon Jackson?
Yeah, I don't mean any disrespect to Damon Jackson because he is very good and he has a very
he came
style.
Out aggressive too.
He did. Well, that's what he does.
Just came in
and he just latches onto you. He drains you. He beats you down. And Dan Ige did a very good job of kind of separating himself and not letting that happen. But I'm just glad Dan Ige isn't just getting thrown to the wolves constantly. I'm not saying Damon Jackson is bad. I'm just saying he's not the caliber that Dan Ige has been facing lately. But I mean, and he took this opportunity and did what he needed to do. So he'll probably get a really hard fight next, which we'll see what he can do with it. Yeah. But there's a good confidence boost for Dan Ige because it's been a tough road lately,
Oh man, that post-fight interview, he's talking about depression and rough, man. So it made me so happy for him. Made me so happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, look at this guy's record. He goes Edson Barbosa, Calvin Kattar, Gavin Tucker, Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, Evloev. Like, what are we doing, man? Guess how many of those fights he
Jeez.
won? One of them. One of them.
That's rough, man. That's
But
rough.
he got a fantastic knockout in this one though. So
Yeah, and
good.
I think this was probably the left. Actually,
That's
might have
probably
been.
it.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
But you mentioned the fact that he did a good job controlling the distance, and for him it was just small steps back because
Mm-hmm.
Damon Jackson in the very first exchange, he did this thing where he just blitzes in and he goes like uppercut, like right, right, left, and then
Yeah.
Kaige took a little step back, all right, and then going forward, every single time he started blitzing, he had like the
Mm-hmm.
same amount of punches in the
The
blitz.
timing
So
was
it's just
standard.
timing. So
Yeah.
it was like step back, counter,
Yeah.
step back, counter. And I was like, man, he's got it down. And sure enough, man, that was his demise at the end. And Ige, still, one of the things with Ige is he's always carried that power at 145.
Yeah, he really does, dude. He really does. He can crack.
He's got those Hawaiian coconut bombs, coming in. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the left. Thanks, Rich.
That's probably yeah.
That's the left hook that
I love the dude in
put
the
him
background.
out. Yeah, he's like, I can't see. Did that connect?
He's
and
like,
then he just goes flying back.
Yeah. It was a nasty knock.
Yeah.
The way he fell was pretty nasty, honestly.
It was, and then
the knees bent.
and Ige, super classy, just walk off.
A walk
You know,
off. Yeah.
that's all he needed. That's all he
That's all
needed.
you needed.
He said that should have. There it is, right there. That should have earned me the $50K.
Yeah, and it did.
And it did. Congratulations, Mr.
Yeah.
Ige.
I'm happy, man, because
Right,
I do really like Dan Ige. Even when he loses, he brings it, man. Fun fights all the time. I'm glad he could get a win because you lose 4 in a row, and it's who knows what's happening. UFC might be cutting you. I don't know how much he's making. That probably is all that matters, but
Yeah, and he's ranked top 15, right? If I remember correctly, still.
I believe so.
Let me see here. Featherweight Ige, 13th going into this fight.
13th,
Our boy Alex Caceres breaking into the top
He's
15.
back in the
Let's
top
go.
15. Who's he fighting? Who they announce him? Side note for Bruce Leroy, they just announced another fight.
They already booked him for another one?
Yeah, they did. Keep talking. I'm gonna find this. And it's a good one.
It's all right. Well, maybe we can mention who it is after we go into the next one because I don't really have much else to mention about this fight right now. That was the co-main event, by the way. I think wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the co-main. Yeah.
Yes.
Great card.
Up next, we had Punahele Soriano versus Russian Chase Hooper, also known as Roman Kopylov. Yeah. Dude, so he's standing there, Kopylov, against the cage. And I'm like, is this Russian Chase Hooper? Like,
shout out JP, just like him. The winner.
Yeah. Oh, is he on?
Yeah,
I did. I just messaged him before we started. Shout out JPZ. Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
JPZ, by the way, you put us to shame. If you or anybody else didn't listen to the recap from the 2022 predictions video, your boy Will and I didn't do too well. But you know who did? JPZ. JPZ coming through, man. So we owe JPZ a belt. We owe him a belt.
We owe him a belt.
We're going to send him a mini belt, JPZ.
And we need your new predictions.
Send us your new predictions for this upcoming year to see if you could be a defending champ. But on top of that, send me your info, bro, so we can mail you the mini belt.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, all right. So,
all right. Bruce Leroy is booked against Nate Landwehr. What a fight.
Ooh.
What a fight.
Hey, let's go, Bruce Leroy.
I know.
Our boy, alum. All right. We'll go on to, again, like I said, Russian Chase Hooper versus Soriano. Yeah. Dude, for me, I watched this and I thought, I need more Kopylov and I need it now.
Well, it's been so long since his last fight. When was his last fight?
Too long
September.
ago.
That's not that long ago, actually. But
we need him every month.
That fight was, dude, his last fight was incredible. And I was like, ooh, this guy's somebody to watch. And then they match him up against Soriano. What matchmaking. So good. We knocked the UFC for their matchmaking.
Right there in the background. Look at him. He's like, I put this fight together.
He's looking at Soriano like, I did this to you. You can thank me later. But yeah, because Kopylov, his hands are so you see the name and you're like, all right, cool, this guy's gonna grapple. He's gonna be a really good grappler. And then he's out there throwing turning side kicks to the body. His hands look so good, great boxing. And you're like, oh, it's more of a Piotr Jan Russian. You know what I mean? It's not so much a Habib Russian. But yeah, he looks really, really good in a division that is so bad. Like, he has so much runway in this division. Like, like you said, get him in there as often as we can. You know what I mean?
Soriano coming in with massive hooks, trying to land that big shot right away. And
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile, Kopylov was like, yeah, dude, blitz in and you can meet my jab.
Yeah,
Pop, jab.
over and
Setting
over and
everything
over.
up off the jab, and then you see the shovel hook. He was just so creative with the shots. And then he had that spinning back kick that
Yeah,
landed, and you just see Soriano's face.
he's like,
It
oh
looked
no.
it looked painful. And
Yeah,
so then
and Kopylov
I'm
saw that too.
for
He saw that
sure.
too.
Because he
Yeah,
comes in with the sidekicks to the midsection there, and you could
he's
see
throwing the
every
teep
single one
now.
Soriano was wearing it on his facial expression every
Yeah.
single time. And I'm surprised. Which ref was it, by the way?
This was this one was Kerry Hatley.
Okay, yeah, Hatley. He woke up
Let him be
today
a
and chose
warrior.
violence. He woke up that day and chose
Let him be a
violence because he
warrior.
was like, you know what? This guy doesn't have much going on right now. Every single time, dude, his little toes can graze the midsection, and
Yeah.
Soriano was in so much pain. He shelled up against one of the corners of the octagon. Kopylov was just attacking, and he was like, "You got this, man.
Yeah.
Die on your
Well, because
shield, bro. Go out on your
once he
shield."
landed once he landed that kick right there, I mean, come on, dude. Come on. What a
Oh,
great shot, too. What a great picture. But once he landed that, then he saw the opening, right? And he started just throwing jabs to the body, then coming up top, and then just hooks to the body. Like, he just started throwing everything. Some people, it's like, all I have is that left hook to the liver. That's all I got. The left hook and maybe the cross to the body. And he was just like, no, I have a full arsenal of body shots that I can start throwing right now. And he opened it up, dude. That was so gnarly when Soriano was up against the fence and he was just hitting him with hooks, crosses, like kicks, the teep kick, the side kick, like everything. And
surgical.
I felt real bad. I felt
Yeah,
real
I'm a
bad for
big
Soriano.
Soriano fan.
Me too, man. He brings it.
He's
He
so much
brings
fun.
it. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
much like Damon Jackson, like you said, though, for better or worse.
Yeah.
He has a style. Rich, can you go back a couple pictures? And I think it's where Soriano's that one.
Yeah.
That's what he leads with more often than not.
Yeah.
That's what he leads with. But it's a lot of fun to watch, man. So hey, shout
And
out
look how
Soriano
open that
still.
body is.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah,
Just a little bit.
Kopylov
Yeah,
though
yeah.
is very good, man. He's like you said, surgical, and people talk about bad fight IQ all the time, but fantastic fight IQ in this one. To be able to have like the presence to be able to switch it up like that, and because it's not like he opened up the fight going heavy to the body. I doubt that was like the game
Mm-mm.
plan. I think he just
He read
recognized it.
it. He
Yeah,
read it. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Really, really impressed by him still.
We also had Raquel Pennington versus Ketlin Vieira. We're deciding to go ahead and skip this one because if you've ever watched a Raquel Pennington fight, just think back to that fight, and that's what happened in this one.
Yeah.
Split decision. Ketlin Vieira attacking. Raquel Pennington eating shots but staying within the pocket, clinching, making a dirty fight, and then she squeaks out a win. Now let's go on to the next fight.
Yep.
You like that recap though?
I don't know if you talked about the one from last night, her last fight before that, the one before that. You know what I mean? We can just have it. We can
Yes.
maybe just clip that and then just play that every time she fights.
Every time she fights, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
just
We
drop
also
that
had
video, take a break.
Oh, okay. One of the things you said with Kopylov was you see this name and you expect wrestling,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
You also have Umar Nurmagomedov that went up against Haoni Barcelos.
Yeah.
And again, you see the name Nurmagomedov, and right away you
Mhm.
think Dagestani wrestler, right? We're about to
Yeah.
see a grappling match going against Barcelos.
Barcelos
And
is so cool, man. This one
yeah,
was
he
hard
is.
for me, dude. I really like Barcelos.
But Nurmagomedov, man, his mechanics are
Yeah,
so good, man. He's such a crisp striker. Look at Sean Shelby again, man. Just looking in his eyes in the background there,
I
just
did
like
this. You're
he
next,
could be such a good villain in
dude.
any superhero movie.
He looks like any movie when someone's trying to not get noticed in public when they're like hiding, like a Jason Bourne movie or like any movie where they're like, I gotta go undercover and like not be seen. They put on like the plain hat with the curved bill, pull it down real low, no logos or anything on the clothing. Like he literally looks like He looks like a low budget movie.
Oh, classic, man. That's a very good that's very good comparison there. But yeah, so Nurmagomedov, man, showing once again that he's a true mixed
Yeah,
martial artist, dude.
yeah.
He's so good all around.
To the point
And
where Barcelos was shooting on him.
no Habib, by the way.
Yeah, Habib's out, man. He's done.
No Habib. Yeah. So, do you think we should have a news segment?
What do you mean?
I
Like
don't
have
know.
like a
Like
separate
at the
video where
end,
we do news
No,
right at the
no,
end?
no. Just like at the end, yeah,
We
like
did
a
that at the
news segment.
beginning when we first started.
Did we? I don't even
Yeah,
remember. It's been so long.
it's been a long time.
Hey, listeners, let us know. Would you like something like that? Who knows?
Yeah,
Gives
cover
Rich some
some
more camera time too.
MMA news. Yeah.
I love seeing Rich on camera. All right, but yeah, what were your biggest takeaways from this fight?
I mean, the same thing as every takeaway from every one of his fights. The lead leg, no matter what stance he's in, he's so good with his lead leg. And his ability to switch and manage distance with the lead leg is so good because every time you take a step forward, he catches you with like a front kick, a side kick. Doesn't matter which stance he's in. So you try to enter based if he's a southpaw, and all of a sudden you're getting kicked in the face. And you try to enter, and he's orthodox. Same thing. You're getting kicked to the body. He just stabs. He just keeps his legs out, and they're snapping. So there's no load up on him. So it's like you get caught because you don't see the open. You see an opening, but there is none. And then here it is. If you get past the legs, then the check hooks are there. And then if you get past the check hooks, oh yeah, he's also really good at wrestling. So what are you even gonna do? So and that's the whole thing. Barcelos looked so frustrated. He finally did get past the kicks. But he didn't quite make it past the hooks.
So
he just looked so
Umar
frustrated.
Nurmagomedov ranked 11th right now. Who do you put him up against next, Will?
He's let's see. Damn, he's already 11.
Oh, by the way, here's the left hook that took out Barcelos, and it was a beautiful transition. He goes up with the knee. Doesn't quite land, and as soon as he steps down, the power he's able to generate with that small hook at bantamweight landed right on the chin.
And I think honestly, I don't think he threw that shot to land. I think that was the rangefinder for the right hand behind it. He was setting up the right hand, and it just happened to completely turn his lights off.
He still hit him with the right hand afterwards. After his lights were already off. So he comes in, massive hammer fist. The head starts bouncing, and your boy Umar quickly puts his hand under Barcelos' head so it wouldn't bounce anymore. After he already laid down the biggest hammer fist from Dagestan that Barcelos had ever encountered. And I was like, ooh, aw.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you asked me who he should fight next. I honestly don't know, man. Maybe, he's 11. He should jump up, but, it's kind of a logjam now with Aljo's bicep surgery. Piotr Jan's up there. I don't think he jumps to number 2. Cheeto Vera's fighting Sandhagen. Rob Font is fighting somebody, right?
Give him Dominic Cruz. Just do it.
No, dude. No. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you go up against Pedro Munoz or Song Yadong. Maybe Song Yadong. That might be the fight. He's coming off a loss. Right? Song Yadong lost the last fight. Am I right about that? Yes, he lost to Corey Sandhagen. So, yeah. All right, time to defend your ranking, Umar. I think that's the move. Song Yadong versus Umar.
Time to defend your ranking, Dominic Cruz. Give him Umar Nurmagomedov. Let's do it. Sean Shelby, make it happen.
What is Dominic Cruz doing?
Sean Shelby, Jason Bourne, let's do it. Probably trying to fix his nose still. Did you see how freaking crooked it was after he got kicked in the face by Cheeto?
Yeah.
He's probably still trying to figure out how to breathe through those nostrils, man.
Yeah. Shout out David Digital Marketing over there on Twitch saying the One Piece is real. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, he said? For sure. Shout out, David. All right.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitch.
Hey, good plug there. Good plug.
Yeah.
We're pros.
David makes it easy. You know what I mean? Thanks, David.
Shout out, David. All right. So now we're going to go into moment of silence for the UFC, monies for the UFC, and then maybe talk a little Francis. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect.
All right.
Let's see. So
moment of silence
on the Umar page. moment of silence. We had Jeff Molina versus Jimmy Flick. Molina withdrew. Did he though? Because he's also implicated in the James Krause situation. Who
Bum bum
remember
bum.
he was very much defending James Krause when Megan Anderson was saying he's a terrible coach, all this stuff, and he was like, "What? No, I've been there. It's all on you." And it's like, "Oh, okay, all right, dude." And then it turns out he's also been betting on fights quite a bit, so he also might be just out of the UFC. We'll see.
Man.
Yeah, Jeff Neal was. Well, I'll talk about that after. David Onama versus Aaron's would have been really cool. I think Onama is must-watch TV every time he's in there. But Aaron's had a shoulder injury. Cachoeira versus Eubanks was hilarious because Eubanks missed weight again. She's probably out of the UFC now. Jeff Neal versus Shavkat would have been amazing, but Neal had to withdraw, and I think they rebooked it for a later date now. I think it's on a pay-per-view now. And then obviously Kelvin Gastelum was supposed to fight Imavov in the main event, but he blew up his whole entire face, so he couldn't make it. And Sean Strickland stepped in. So there's a moment of silence. David from Digital Marketing on Twitch is asking, what do you think about Marvin Vettori? Who's he fighting? They just announced Marvin Vettori's next fight.
I don't know, but Marvin Vettori must be just salivating right now and saying, just give me Pereira, please. Just give me Pereira.
No,
Dude,
they
can you
just signed a
imagine
fight.
Marvin Vettori versus Alex Pereira right now?
Oh, I mean, it'd be a very good matchup. And his next fight might get him there. Who knows what's happening with Izzy. They booked him against Roman Dolidze. What a fight.
Oh, no, timeout.
What a fight.
Dude, you know how I feel about Roman Dolidze.
I know.
That's my boy.
But what happens when he hits a brick wall? Because he's been running through everybody, but you can't run through Marvin Vettori. You just can't.
I like Marvin
Paulo
Vettori.
Costa couldn't run through him. Dolidze's not going to. But what happens? What is Dolidze's plan B when he doesn't run through the wall? What does he do? That's the interesting part of that fight. Because
his plan B is probably go back to plan A because he's a savage like that.
Just keep trying to run into the wall.
And Marvin Vettori, head down, just straight in, concussion or not. Marvin Vettori is somebody that I think is underestimated and underappreciated within the middleweight division. If we have no Izzy there, I think Marvin's a champion. I really do. And even over like a Robert Whittaker, I think it'd be a really good fight. No, I know. I'm just saying, like,
but I mean,
I think there would have been
win all 10.
I don't think so, and I think that there would have been different types of matchups leading up to him winning that belt that I think would have gotten him there. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I don't know if that makes sense. I think there would have been different roads to get there.
I think Izzy beats Pereira in a rematch, but I also think most people at the top of that division beat Pereira if they get to him. I think Vettori beats him. I think Whittaker beats him. You know what I mean? Like, Dolidze might even beat him.
I think Whittaker could beat him too. I just don't. Dude, Dolidze could beat anybody, okay? But I think Whittaker. Yes, I think he beats Pereira too. But I also think that Whittaker's unless he wrestles.
Yeah, well, that's
Whittaker leaves himself open sometimes to
get KO'd.
So, yes, and if anybody can KO anybody in that division, we just saw it. It's Alex Pereira.
I think all it takes is one slip from a wrestler. One slip and Pereira's down. You got the round, and then
you know what
happens.
You
got to do it 5 times.
Exactly they always say every fight starts on the feet, right? Like I get it, unless it's what is it, Musechi or what's his name again? Musamechi. Yeah, then it starts on the ground.
I think Tony.
Yes, but you still have to get in close. You still have to close the distance. You still have to time something in order for you to be able to get a takedown.
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous either way with Pereira.
It is very dangerous. Dangerous.
Like, I'm a big Izzy fan, and I'm like, hey, I don't know how many. Do you know? Do you know off the top of your head? That'd be very impressive.
I think 0. If I had to guess, it's 0.
Has there been any attempted takedowns?
Yeah, he's been taken down. Bruno Silva took him down. Izzy took him down. His debut against Michaeliadis, I think he took him down as well.
I wonder, Rich, maybe in the background. He says,
isn't it nice to have the violence back? Wishing everybody all the best in the year.
Shout out
HLB Comer. Good to have you back. We need your picks. We need your predictions for who ends the year with the belt. We need them. We need them by the Moreno Figgy fight. Once they walk in, Money Hookers Violence. Sounds like Dana White's New Year's.
Oh my, hey, dude. Oh Lord.
Bless the
All
slap
right.
Lord Dana.
Terrible timing, by the way, with Dana and the new, the new league that's coming in, and then all this happens.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yes, that was a long tangent for answering the simple question of what do y'all think of
Yeah.
Martin Vittori?
Yeah, we think highly.
Shout
of
out, David. Yes, we do. We think very highly of him. All right. Now, monies. Who earned some extra monies? I know 50K Ige. With that name, how can you not?
50K Ige got one. Oh, look at that. We have it on the screen now. Umar Nurmagomedov got one. Alan Nascimento. I'm going to have to rewatch that because I did not see it. And performance of the night for Kopylov. For
Russian
his,
Chase Hooper.
Yeah, Russian Chase Hooper for his gnarly striking. Super
Hey,
gnarly.
if he's Russian Chase Hooper, does that mean he's also Russian high school Will?
Yeah, if I got on that Russian state-sponsored testosterone regimen.
Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.